Special thanks to Patreon supporter Trenchfighter8 for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft Cold War vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Martin B-57B Canberra. The Martin B-57 Canberra is an American-built twin-jet tactical bomber and reconnaissance aircraft that entered service with the United States Air Force in 1953. The B-57 is a license-built version of the British English Electric Canberra, manufactured by the Glen L. Martin Company. Initial Martin build models were virtually identical to their British-built counterparts. Martin later modified the design to incorporate larger quantities of U.S.-sourced components and produced the aircraft in several different variants. The B-57 Canberra holds the distinction of being the first jet bomber in U.S. service to drop bombs during combat. The Canberra was used extensively during the Vietnam War in a bombing capacity. Dedicated versions of the type were also produced and served as high-altitude aerial reconnaissance platforms and as electronic warfare aircraft. The B-57 Canberra was also sold to export customers abroad. Further combat use was seen by the Pakistani Air Force during the Indo-Pakistani War of 1965 and Indo-Pakistani War of 1971. In 1983, the U.S. Air Force opted to retire the type. The B-57 Canberra's retirement marked the end of the era of the tactical bomber. The three remaining flight-worthy WB-57Fs are technically assigned to the NASA Johnson Space Center next to Ellington Field in Houston as high-altitude scientific research aircraft, but are also used for testing and communications in the U.S. and Afghanistan. So, really cool stuff. The B-57 Canberra, a very interesting aircraft. It's got that really nice kind of early Cold War bomber look to it. I think the design for it came out really well and is going to make a good addition to any of your Vietnam era maps. And we've had a lot of Vietnam War aircraft recently, so that's also good, really cool. So you got a lot of instruments to work with now, making some pretty cool Vietnam maps. But yeah, the Canberra, definitely a cool looking aircraft and very cool, very unique. The design we have in front of us is with a black color scheme. However, you could do the more common version, which is pretty much the silver color, so it would be like an all stone color. But it's kind of virtually up to you guys. This is a Patreon request, so I'm going to give special thanks to Patreon supporter Trenchfighter8 for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more, you guys already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is down in the description where you can pledge a small amount to the channel every month and earn a vehicle request of your choosing, depending on which tier you sub to. Help support my work and stuff, everything that I do on the channel, and you get a little something out of it with a vehicle request of your own every month that you are a patron. So again, definitely feel free to check that out. Again, link is always in my video descriptions. So his request here, he wanted it in a black color scheme, so that's why we have it here in black, but as I mentioned, you can change it to a gray color if you do choose to. Now starting off at the front here, we do have the cockpit located right here. This is the B-57B model, which I believe is the two-seater variant of this aircraft. So the B-57A being a single-seater, if I remember correctly. So yeah, we have the double two-seater here. We do have the front landing gear located here and also the rear for the landed version. So we do have a landed and in-flight version for you guys. This version here of the Canberra is equipped with some rockets and also bombs here on the wings, so giving it a little bit of a ground attack capability. This also does have an internal bomb bay as well, so theoretically there would be more bombs in the bomb bay, but we do not have the bomb bay open for this tutorial. We have the jet engines here on both sides of the wings. The wing shape is definitely very unique for this aircraft, kind of symmetrical all the way around, which you don't see too often. For the wings, the leading edge is kind of the same as the trailing edge, so kind of interesting. We do have the pods here on the sides, probably for fuel if I had to guess, and obviously the whole fuselage here, all that stuff, U.S. Air Force insignia here on the side, or the star insignia, I believe is the correct term for it. We have the horizontal and vertical stabilizer here to complete the tail of the empennage of the aircraft. So overall, really nice looking design for the aircraft, and it's going to be, like I said, a really awesome addition to any of your Vietnam War maps, and feel free to change the color up too if you do want to. Anyways, that's it for this overview. Let's go and move into the tutorial by starting with our first layer. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our first layer, we're going ahead and starting off with layer 2. Now, a few things I want to mention before we go ahead and jump into this tutorial. If you're completely new to my aircraft tutorials, the way I structure these tutorials is we build the in-flight model for the aircraft first, and then we modify it to put the landing gear on at the end of the tutorial. It makes it a little bit easier, and again, you know, it's pretty straightforward. The basic landing gear is just a modification, so it's easy for us to do it this way. In addition, I do build the aircraft half on camera, half off, so since the aircraft is completely symmetrical, we'll be doing one side and the same thing on the air side. To save time and not waste a whole bunch of time telling you guys exactly how to do the same thing on the air side, I'll only do half the aircraft, and then it's up to you guys in between layers to copy it over. It's pretty straightforward, and all you need to do is just look at what we built on one side and then copy it over to the other side, and you're pretty much good to go. It's really straightforward, really simple, and you know, it's really easy once we get through the first few layers and kind of get used to it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and let's go ahead and dive into it. So we'll start with layer 2 because layer 1 is just some minor little details here on the bottom, so it's easier to kind of start with this to get a nice good basis for our aircraft. But anyways, for us to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place on a black concrete block. And now if you want to build the latest version, you want to make sure this black concrete block has 2 full blocks of space above the ground. So as you can see, the yellow concrete here representing the space between this layer here and the ground. If you're building the in-flight version, you don't really have to worry about that. You're pretty much good to go. So we're going to place on this black concrete block, and in total we want to have a long row of black concrete that's going to go back, or in total of 27 blocks. So for this block, 26 blocks back, making this a row of 27 in total. And that right there is going to be the center line here of our fuselage. Now from this point, we're going to go toward the direction we want the front of our aircraft facing. So that way there, we're going to place down an air brick upside down stair and an air brick top slab coming off of it. We then want to go ahead and go toward the back of the aircraft, and on the end here, we're going to place down an air brick upside down stair and then 3 air brick top slabs going back from it. We're going to go ahead and go to the front here, and we're going to go to the first black concrete block. We're going to place down a wheeler skeleton skull to the side, followed by 1 and 2, an air brick stairs back, or sorry, an air brick walls back, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 an air brick upside down stairs. We then want to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 black concrete blocks back, followed by 1 and 2 air brick upside down stairs, and 1 and 2 air brick top slabs, followed by 2 dark liquid trapdoors on the end there. And once that's all done, that's going to make your fuselage here. You're going to copy what we do over here on the right side over to the left side, and you'll have this slim fuselage here in the center. Now once we get to this point, we're going to go ahead and expand out to our hard points and our wings and all that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and start off by going to our second black concrete block here back. We're going to count 3 blocks to the side, and we're going to start our first engine. So 3 blocks to the side, and we're going to go ahead and place down an air brick upside down stair. Now from this stair, we're going to go ahead and go back an additional 4 more stairs. So we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, and 4, so we have a total of 5. We then want to place down a row of 1 and 2 air brick top slabs, and then 1 and 2 dark liquid trapdoors. We're going to then place down an air brick slab here in the front, followed by a iron bar directly behind it, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 black concrete blocks back. We're then going to take our air brick top slabs. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 air brick top slabs back, and then we want to place down a polished andesite top slab on the end there. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and then take our air brick stairs. We're going to go and do the same thing we did on the air side there. So row 5 here, air brick stairs, 2 air brick top slabs, and then 2 dark liquid trapdoors. And that right there is going to basically do it there for the engine. And it's going to be the same thing there, obviously, on the air side. Now from this point, we're going to be going ahead and then building out to the side here to make these bombs. So for this, we're going to go to this air brick top slab here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 blocks out, and then we're going to have a yellow concrete block right here. So 3 blocks of space, a yellow concrete block. Now for our bomb design here, it's pretty straightforward. We're just going to do some green terracotta, some mossy cobblestone walls, and dark liquid trapdoors. From this yellow concrete block, we're going to go back 2 green terracotta blocks, a mossy cobblestone wall, and a dark liquid trapdoor. We're going to go and skip space over, yellow concrete block, 2 green terracotta blocks, mossy cobblestone wall, and a dark liquid trapdoor for your second bombs there on the wings. We also want to go ahead and go over from this, so we're going to go ahead and go to the inside one here. We're going to go ahead and go forward from it, and we want to place down a nether block like this, so we're going to go and use some blocks here that we can kind of easily tell apart here. So we're going to go off this yellow concrete block like this, and then forward one, we're going to place down an end rod, and then we're going to delete this block right here, and then place down a wither skeleton skull. So it should look something just like that. Also, coming off these yellow concrete blocks, we're going to be placing down dark oak wood buttons like so. Now for your rockets here that are mounted onto the wings, very simple design for these as well. We're going to go ahead and go to this yellow concrete block. We're going to skip a space and go over dark oak wood top slab. We're going to go one forward, one back, dark oak wood fence key on the back one, and then we're going to go ahead and place down dark oak wood signs on the side here of the slabs that's facing toward our bombs. So row of 3 of signs, and then a zombie head like that on the tip there. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing again with the rocket pod. We're going to go and skip a space of one over and do the same exact thing here. Dark oak wood top slabs and dark oak wood fence gate. Since we can't place 2 signs here in the same block space, we're just going to go and take our signs and place them down on the outer side like that to go and finish those rocket pods. And lastly, the last thing for us to do here is we're going to be going ahead and going out to the side here. We're going to skip a space of basically 2, so where the sign is and that, and we're going to go and place this little section here, which is part of the pod on the outer edge of the wing. So for this, we're going to go from this sign, we're going to place down a placeholder block here, so skip a space of, I guess, technically 2 from the dark oak wood top slab there. We have the sign right there. This space we're going to leave open, nether brick top slab back, and then the dark oak wood trapdoor on both sides. So basically look at it, once we transfer the right side over to the left side, we should get something that looks exactly like this here for the aircraft. Pretty straightforward stuff, not too complicated. Take this time before we move on to layer 1 to go ahead and take what we did on the right side and flip it over to the left side, and once you have that all done, you'll be pretty much good to go. So really cool stuff, and that right there is going to complete this first layer, layer 2, and with that we're going to go and move into our next layer, layer number 1. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our next layer, we have layer number 1. For layer 1 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go and go to this black concrete block. We're going to go and go down from it, placing down a dark oak wood fence gate. We're going to open this fence gate toward the front, and we're going to place down an end rod coming off that fence gate like so. We then want to go ahead and go to the third black concrete block back. We're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor, and this row in total is going to go back quite a bit, and in total we're going to have a row of 17 dark oak wood trapdoors. So from this dark oak wood trapdoor, 16 more back to give you a row of 17. We're going to go ahead and then place down a nether brick slab, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 dark oak wood trapdoors back. So after that nether brick slab, and then we're going to go to the side here of the nether brick slab, place down a dark oak wood trapdoor, and then 1 additional one back like so. So just like that, pretty simple stuff there for the layer. After that, we're going to go to the space underneath the engines here, and we're going to be going ahead and placing down a dark oak wood trapdoor on the bottom of this nether brick slab, followed by a second trapdoor, 3, 4, and 5. So you have a row of 5 there on the bottom of the engines, like so. Make sure you do the same thing over there on the other side for that engine, and also make sure that you do the same thing here for these dark oak wood trapdoors on both sides there of the fuselage. And anyways, that right there is going to complete layer 1. With that, let's go ahead and move up to layer number 3. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3, going ahead and getting started with, we're going to place down a black concrete block on top of this nether brick top slab. We want to go ahead and go back from this black concrete block, a long row of black concrete, in total of 35 blocks. So if we count the block that we just placed up here, we're going to have 36 black concrete blocks going all the way along toward the back here, and they should stick out 3 past the last nether brick top slab for the previous layer. On the back here, we're going to extend this 3 nether brick top slabs after those black concrete blocks, and then up here in the front, we're going to place down a nether brick wall, followed by 2 end rods coming off of it to make a tip there of the nose. Go ahead and go into the nether brick wall up here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood sign next to it, followed by a wither skeleton skull going back from it, and then 3 nether brick walls. On the third nether brick wall, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign. We then want to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29 black concrete blocks back, followed by a nether brick upside down stair like so, a nether brick upside down stair coming off of it so it turns into a chorus stair, and then a nether brick top slab, followed by 2 dark oak wood trapdoors. After that, going ahead and working our way up to the sides here again, we're going to go ahead and go to the, will be 1, 2, 3, will be our 4th black concrete block back. We're going to place down a nether brick wall to the side here, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 nether brick walls after it. And then we want to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 black concrete blocks. A nether brick stair like so. Nether brick stair coming off it, so it turns into a corner stair. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 nether brick walls after it. Going ahead and go into this black concrete block right here. We're going to place down a nether brick top slab. So like this. Followed by a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black concrete blocks back, and then 2 nether brick slabs. Again, going up to the front here, we're going to go and do the same thing. Nether brick top slab, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black concrete blocks, and then 2 nether brick slabs there on the end. When we get to this section here, we do have the engines that start to kind of come into play here. So for these, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor like this on top of this nether brick stair. And we want it opened up like so. And on the side of it, we're going to place down a stone button. Now for the next spot here, we're going to place down an iron bar, and then we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor coming off of it. So you get a shape that looks like this here on the inside here of the engine. Behind this iron trapdoor, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 black concrete blocks back, and then 2 nether brick slabs. Going ahead and go into the center here, we're going to place down a black concrete block on top of this iron bar, followed by 1 more block forward, and then we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull, which is going to stick out the tip here of the engine. Going back to this black concrete, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 black concrete blocks back, and a nether brick stair on the end here, followed by a polished andesite slab coming off the nether brick stair. And that right there will form the center there of your engine. After that's done, on top of the stair, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor, open up to the side like so, stone button, iron bar, dark oak wood trapdoor coming off the iron bar like so. And then we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 black concrete blocks back, and then 2 nether brick slabs. So basically the same row we did on the inside there. For our next row here, we want to go ahead and place down a nether brick top slab. Come off that black concrete block there. We're going to go ahead and go back from it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 black concrete blocks back, and then 2 nether brick slabs like so. Our next row here, we're going to place down a nether brick top slab, cut off this one here, nether brick upside down stair, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 black concrete blocks back, nether brick stair, nether brick slab. Our next row here, we're going to place down a nether brick top slab, cut off the side of the stair, like so, and then we're going to take our black concrete, we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 black concrete blocks back. And then we want to go ahead and place down a nether brick upside down stair, followed by a nether brick top slab, and then a second nether brick top slab back, like so. Our next row here, we're going to go ahead and take our nether brick top slabs, we're going to place down a row here that is going to be 1 that comes off this block here. And then we're going to go ahead and go back 2, 3. So we have a row 3. And then we want to place down a row of 1, 2, 3 upside down stairs, and then 1, 2, and 3 nether brick top slabs back like so. Our next row here, we're going to take nether brick slabs. We're going to go along this whole row, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 nether brick top slabs across there. Our next row, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor come off the second nether brick top slab from the front there. We then want to go ahead and place down a nether brick top slab back, followed by a row of 3 of nether brick upside down stairs, like so. And then we're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 nether brick top slabs back, just like that. Our next row out to the side here, we want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood trapdoor come off this one, followed by a second trapdoor back from it. And we're going to go ahead and then place down a row 3 of nether brick top slabs, and then 2 dark oak wood trapdoors. For our next row here, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 nether brick walls, one on top of this dark oak wood top slab and one right here. And then going forward from the nether brick walls. We want to go ahead and place down 2 dark oak with trapdoors like so, going forward, and then go into the back here and place down 3. 1, 2, 3. After that, we're going to place down a dark oak with trapdoor coming off this one, then 1, 2, and 3. Like that, so you have a row of 4. And then on the very outside here for this last missile pod, we're just going to place down 2 nether brick walls, equal with those ones that we just placed over there. Now after that's done, we do have our pod here on the side that we're going to work on now. So for our pod, very simply, we're going to go on top of these nether brick slabs and dark oak with trapdoors. We're going to place down 4 black concrete blocks. On the middle 2, we're going to place down nether brick walls here to both sides, and then on the black concrete blocks here to the sides, we're going to go ahead and place down dark oak with trapdoors on the sides. We're going to go ahead and then place down a black concrete block going forward, followed by a wither skeleton skull. So that's our side facing toward the front. Our side facing toward the back here, we're going to place down additional black concrete block back, followed by 2 nether brick walls back, and then a wither skeleton skull there on the tip. And on the sides here of the first nether brick wall, we're going to place down a dark oak with trapdoor, or dark oak with sign, sorry, on both sides like that. And that right there will make the pod here that's going to go on the edges of the wings. So definitely a longer layer here, and that's mainly because we had the main portion of our wings that we were building. But as you can see here, we want to take what we did on the right side and flip it over to the left side, and you should have a design that looks just like this, looking at it from up above. So again, pretty straightforward stuff, a little more steps involved in this layer. But once we get done with the next layer, it's going to be all smooth sailing from there. So that's it for layer number 3. Let's move on to layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go to the front nose. We're going to place down a dark oak with trapdoor on top of this black concrete block, followed by a nether brick slab back from it, and then we want to place down a row of 7 of light gray stained glass blocks going back from the nether brick slab. After that row of 7 of light gray stained glass blocks, we're going to place down a long row of black concrete going all the way back, equaling a row of 29 blocks back from the light gray stained glass. And we should have our 1 nether brick top slab on the end here. We're just going to place down a dark oak with trapdoor on top of it. After that's done, working our way out to the sides here, we're going to start with the nose and work our way out. We're going to place down 2 light gray stained glass panes coming out the first 2 light gray stained glass blocks, followed by 2 nether brick slabs back, a nether brick stair, a smooth quartz stair, and then another nether brick stair. On this first nether brick stair here, we want to go ahead and place down a dark oak with sign on the side here. We're going to go ahead and then grab ourselves a item frame and also a yellow concrete block. We're going to place down the item frame on the face of the stair as well, and a yellow concrete block rotated around to kind of create a diamond type shape there for basically a little warning logo here on the side of the aircraft. After that's done, after the stair, we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 black concrete blocks back, followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4 nether brick stairs, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 nether brick walls. After that last nether brick wall, we're going to place down a nether brick slab. Then coming off the slab, we're going to place down 1 on the side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then another 1, 2, 3. And we want to go and then go up from this. We're going to place down a row 3 of top slabs, followed by a second row 3. And then we're going to place down a row 3 of dark oak with trapdoors coming off those 3 top slabs. And that will be the start there of our horizontal stabilizers. After that, we're going to start moving into our wings. So for this, we're going to start off by going to this black concrete block. We're going to place down a dark oak with trapdoor, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nether brick slabs, and then 1, 2, and 3 dark oak with trapdoors. After that, we're going to then place down a black carpet here in the front, followed by a dark oak with trapdoor, and then 1, 2, and 3 nether brick slabs back, and then 2 dark oak with trapdoors. Same thing again in the front here, black carpet, dark oak with trapdoor, 1, 2, 3 nether brick slabs, and 2 dark oak with trapdoors after that. And also behind these trapdoors, we're going to place down black carpet over those black concrete blocks. After that's done, we want to go and then take our nether brick stairs. We're going to place down a nether brick stair over this base, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 back. So we should have a total of 5 nether brick stairs here. And then we want to place down 2 nether brick slabs, 2 dark oak with trapdoors, and 2 black carpets. But going back up to the front here, we're going to place down a dark oak trapdoor, a iron bar, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 black concrete blocks and a nether brick stair, followed by 1, 2 nether brick slabs, and 1 and 2 dark oak trapdoors. Our next row to the side here, very similar to the row we just did on the other side, we're going to place down row of 5 nether brick stairs, a nether brick slab, followed by a second nether brick slab, and then 2 dark oak trapdoors, and 2 black carpets. After that, again, going up to the front here, we're going to place down a black carpet here, followed by a dark oak trapdoor right behind it, and we want to go and then place down a row of 3, 1, 2, 3, nether brick slabs back, 2 dark oak trapdoors, and 2 black carpets. Our next row here, we're going to place down a black carpet here in the front, and we're going to place down a dark oak trapdoor, followed by a second trapdoor back from it, 2 nether brick slabs, and then 2 dark oak slabs, followed by 2 black carpets. Now our next layer, or next row out, black carpet, dark oak trapdoor, 1, 2 nether brick slabs, 2 dark oak trapdoors, and then 3 black carpets that go back like so. We then want to place down a black carpet up here in the front, a dark oak trapdoor, 3 nether brick slabs back, 2 dark oak trapdoors, and then 2 black carpets like that. Sorry, my bad. 3 black carpets, 1 dark oak trapdoor. Our next row, black carpet up here, dark oak trapdoor, 1, 2, 3 nether brick slabs, 1, 2 dark oak trapdoors, and then 2 black carpets. And then once we get to this point here, we're going to be placing down a dark oak trapdoor here, 1, 2, 3 nether brick slabs back, and then 1, 2 dark oak trapdoors, followed by a black carpet, and we're going to repeat this 2 more times. So just like this, and like so. Now once we get to this point, we are going to be going ahead and doing a row of 4 now, a nether brick slab, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a dark oak trapdoor like that. And we want to go and do this a total of 2 more times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, dark oak trapdoor, 1, 2, 3, 4, dark oak trapdoor. And then on the end here, we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3 nether brick slabs, and then 1 here in the middle, a wither skeleton skull here at a 45-degree angle in both corners, and then a dark oak trapdoor on top of this black concrete block. And once you have that done, that's going to create the tip there of your wing, and you're going to want to do the same thing on the other side. And you'll get a design that looks just like this. You have pretty much your wings complete, and from this point on, we're going to go ahead and basically be smooth sailing for the rest of the build. We also do have this little Air Force star insignia here on the side of the aircraft that we're going to be going ahead and putting on, so I'm going to show you guys real quick how to make these banners so you guys can choose to put it on if you guys do want it. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into making those banners. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into making these banners, we're going to start off by placing down a loom. We're going to go into our loom, we're going to place down a white banner into our loom like so, red dye. We're going to go and do a red line here in the center, just like that. After that's done, we're going to take our white banner, put it back into the loom. We're going to place down black dye into the dye slot, and we're going to select the top thing here and the bottom black squares. So you get a design that looks like this here for the banner. If you're doing the gray colored B-57, then you want to do the gray color on the top and bottom there. We're going to go and then take our blue banners, put it into our loom. We're going to go and select for our first banner here, we're going to do the bottom left corner black and the top left corner black. And we're going to go and do the same thing here with this banner, but this time the right side. So right bottom and right top. And we get these banners that look like this, and to position these banners, we're going to go to the second nether brick stair here. We're going to place our striped banner, these 2 blue banners facing each other like so, and then the other striped banner here to the side. And it's just going to be the same thing over here on the opposite side as well. So pretty straightforward stuff, adds a nice cool effect there to the side there, and you know, You can easily tell it's an American plane by seeing that. Anyways, that right there is going to wrap up what we have for the layer. One thing I also want to mention from the previous layer I did forget to include was the addition of 2 birch buttons located right there. So make sure you go ahead and throw those birch buttons on both sides like so. Anyways, that right there is going to complete layer number 4 for the build. With that, let's move into our next layer, layer number 5. I guess moving into our next layer, we have layer number 5. For layer 5, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go to the front here of the cockpit. We're going to go to the second light gray stainless block here and place down a Netherbrick slab on top of it. We then want to go ahead and go back from it, placing down a row of 4 of light gray stainless full blocks, followed by a Netherbrick stair, Netherbrick slab, a row of 11 dark oak with trapdoors, a Netherbrick slab, a daylight detector, a Netherbrick stair, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 dark oak with trapdoors back. We're going to go ahead and then skip a space of 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to place down a Netherbrick stair, followed by a row of 5 of black concrete going back from the stair. The second to last block here, we're going to place down a stone button on both sides like so. Going back up here to the daylight detector and Netherbrick slab, we're going to place down a zombie head here at slightly like this next to the Netherbrick slab and also next to the daylight detector, like that on both sides to kind of round this area out a bit more. Also, going back up to the cockpit, we're going to go ahead and go to the sides of these 4 light gray stainless full blocks. We're going to place down 4 light gray stainless panes here to the sides, and we also want to go ahead and place down a wither skeleton skull here on this Netherbrick stair, like so. Also, one thing I want to mention is that this dark oak sign that's located down here in this section is supposed to have an item frame on it and a yellow concrete block rotated around like that. So go ahead and make sure to add this on both sides. Not sure why that didn't transfer over, but again, just make sure it's on both sides like so. And anyways, that's all done there for our fuselage. Moving into our engines here, we're going to go and just simply take black carpet. We're going to place down black carpet on top of this Netherbrick, or this dark oak with trapdoor, on top of the iron bars, and then 1, 2, and 3 more. Sorry, 2 more carpets back to have a row of 4 there on your engines. Going ahead and going back to our horizontal stabilizers, we're going to place down a row of 3 of dark oak with trapdoors on top of that row of 3 right there, followed by a row of 2 of Netherbrick slabs, then 1 out to the side here. We're going to go and drop down from this space, and in this section right here, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull on an angle like so there to make the tip there of the horizontal stabilizers. And with that all done there, that is going to complete our horizontal stabilizers, and with that, that is going to wrap up everything for layer 5. With that, we're going to move into our final layers here, which are going to consist of layers 6, 7, and 8. We're going to put basically the top vertical stabilizer on, and every little detail we have left to do. So with that, let's go ahead and move into our last final layers, layers 6 through 8. Alright guys, go ahead and move it into our final layers. We have layers 6 through 8. For these layers, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go to the middle 2 light gray stainless blocks and place down 2 dark oak with trapdoors on top of them. We then want to go ahead and go to the back here, on top of this Netherbrick, or this dark oak with trapdoor. We're going to place down a Netherbrick fence post that goes up like so. Then going back to our vertical stabilizer, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 black concrete blocks like so, and a Netherbrick wall on the end here. Stone button on this black concrete block here before the wall. We're going to go ahead and go up again we're going to go up from this black concrete block, a Netherbrick wall, 1, 2, 3 black concrete blocks, and a Netherbrick wall on this side. Stone buttons on both sides of this black concrete block. We're going to go ahead and move up to our next layer. We're going to place down a Netherbrick stair, followed by 1, 2 black concrete blocks, and then a Netherbrick wall like so. And then after that's done, we're just going to go ahead and place down a stone button on this first black concrete block here to both sides. And with that all done there, that is going to pretty much wrap up what we have for this layer. That's pretty much it. So pretty straightforward stuff there. That's layer 6 through 8, and that's going to do it there for the in-flight version of the B-57B Canberra. We're going to go now move into putting the landing gear on. So for those of you guys that do have this landed at your bases or whatever, you will have the ability to do that. So anyways, that's it for the in-flight version. Let's go ahead and move into the landing gear. Alright guys, going ahead and jumping into our landing gear, we're going to go and start off with our front wheels. Now for our front wheels here, we're going to go to our fourth dark liquid trapdoor back. We're going to go ahead and delete it, which will be in this space right here. We're going to delete and completely like that. We then want to break the concrete block above it, and in that spot we're going to place down a direct wall. We're going to go and then drop this direct wall down one block, followed by a quartz top slab, block of coal to both sides of these quartz top slabs, stone buttons on both ends, iron frame, and a white stained glass pane in the iron frames on both these blocks of coal. Now from this, we're going to go and then delete the dark liquid trapdoor, or the next two dark liquid trapdoors back, so 1, 2, and the black concrete blocks above them. In this place, we're going to go ahead and place down a quartz top slab here, come off the direct wall, and then a quartz half slab like that going up. We can also go ahead and grab ourselves a lever, and place down a lever coming off this quartz slab, flicked so it's facing forward, just like that for the landing gear. Now for the doors, real simple, we're going to go to the sides of the direct wall, we're going to place down a nether brick upside down stair, like so. Same thing over here. And then we're going to go back an additional 1 and 2 stairs. So 1, 2. So we should have a row 3 of nether brick upside down stairs there for the doors that open up for the landing gear. And that right there is going to complete the front landing gear. Let's move on to the rear ones. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our rear landing gear. For rear landing gear, we're only going to do one of the gears because they're both exactly the same on both sides here. So going ahead and getting started here, we're going to go to the underneath section of our wing. We're going to do the second black concrete block back, like so, and we're going to place down a direct wall in a spot. We're then going to break the next block back and place down a smooth quartz slab. Going forward of the direct wall and quartz slab, we're going to break the next 2 blocks and place down 2 quartz slabs in their spot, and then one additional one that goes back like so. We're going to go and do the same thing for this row here. We're going to place down a row 3 of smooth quartz top slabs. And then at this point right there, it connects up to our fuselage. From this point, we're going to drop down an additional direct wall down like so. A nether brick stair on the below it, just like this, and a nether brick upside down stair coming off of it. We're going to go and then place down 1 and 2 nether brick stairs on the back here to go and create this wheel design. On the side facing toward the outside of the aircraft, we're going to place down 2 dark liquid trapdoors on the sides of those 2 stairs, like so. Also here for the landing gear, we're going to place down a quartz top slab like this coming off of it, top slab there, and then a quartz slab that goes up, so it creates a full block, and you get something that looks like that there for the landing gear. Now we also have the option here to make some banners to kind of create a little bit more of a nicer wheel effect for it. So to go ahead and make that effect there, real simply, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some black banners, a loom, and we're going to need some white and black dye. So white and black dye. To make these banners real simple, we're going to go ahead and place down a black banner into the loom. We're going to take our white dye and select the line here on the left side. We're going to go ahead and need to grab ourselves a second black banner because we're going to be doing the same thing but on the right side. So black banner, white dye, line on the right side. We're going to put both these banners back into our loom with black dye, and the side that the white dye corresponds to, we're going to go and select the corners and dye them black. So we have the white line on the right side, we're going to go and double dye the right corners. So bottom right and then top right like that, and we get our first banner done. Second banner here, lines on the left corner here, and the other left corner. And we get these 2 banners, which we're going to go and place on the inside here of the nether brick stairs like that to go and create this nice wheel design. And you can basically build the other wheel, which will go right over here and basically be the same thing, symmetrical across to it. So pretty straightforward stuff there, and with that all complete there and the landing gear transferred over, that's going to complete my design here for the B-57B Canberra. Hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put to good use if you do end up using this design. Do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be then from a silent build to my channel or this video if this does appear on your social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free using for a project you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. Again, a big special thanks to Patreon supporter TrenchFighter8 for making this tutorial possible, and feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is again in the video description. And that's it for this video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gary204, and I'll see you guys next time.